Hey guys, I got the new Windows 10 to dual boot with, but not really. Where's the Windows 10 upgrade prompt? I want my free Windows 10. Where's my complimentary Windows 10? Hello, Echo Techo here, and today I'll be showing you how to dual boot Windows and Debian 9.3.0. Today I'll be using Windows 8.1, but it doesn't matter what version of Windows you use. It should work either way, as long as you don't have an outdated version. So first you're going to right click on the Start button, and then you're going to click Disk Management. And then in there you can see that the C drive's right here, and what you're going to do is you're going to shrink some of the C drive so you can give some space to Debian. So you're going to see I have about 24 gigabytes free, so I'm going to give Debian 15 gigabytes. So you're going to right click on the C drive, click Shrink Volume, then it's going to calculate what you can shrink. So we'll wait for that to pop up, and then going to type in 15,000 megabytes, and then hit shrink. Then as you can see, we have some unallocated space here. After you see that, you can just close out of here, and then you can plug in whatever you're using to install it. I'm just going to be using an ISO file. You'll probably be using a USB or a CD drive, or an ISO file like me if you're doing it in a virtual machine. So next you're going to restart the computer, and I'll get back to you once the main menu pops up. Alright, so as you can see, the main menu has popped up. I would recommend booting into the live CD just to make sure everything works, just to make sure you don't need to download extra stuff, because if nothing works in there, you should just scrap the whole idea. So, going to boot into the graphical Debian installer, and then it's going to scroll through some text, and then it should pop up. And here we go. So we're going to go with English. Going to select our country. Going to keep it at English. And then it's just going to load components from the CD, so I'll get back to you once it finishes doing that. Alright, so as you can see, we have reached configuring the network. So basically, after it loads the components from the CD, it's going to configure the network, since this is on a virtual machine and it's connected via quote-unquote Ethernet port. So we're just going to make a host name. I'm just going to do echo Debian, then I'm going to hit enter. This part here you can just ignore, just click continue, and then going to have to enter a root password. So I'm just going to make a short one so it's easy to remember. Then I'm not going to be using this as a daily computer, as it's quite slow. And then we're going to make a user, so we're going to put in our full name, and then we're going to make a username. Then we're going to type in a password for the username. Going to make it the same as the root password. Then going to hit enter, and then it's going to ask us to configure the clock. So I'm going to click Atlantic, going to click continue, and then it's going to have us partition the drives. So any second we should have a partitioner pop up, so I'm just going to use manual, click continue, and you see the free space we made earlier. We're just going to double click on that, create a new partition, and then we're going to make this the swap partition. I'm going to give it 2 gigabytes. So I'm going to put 2 GB, hit enter. It's going to be a primary. Please choose what you want. Going to make it at the beginning. Doesn't really matter. Mount point. We're going to change that to swap. So see here. Enter. Going to do swap. Going to click continue. Mount points start / swap. Okay. And then no. Okay, that's what I was doing wrong. You had to click. You have to double click here, use as, select swap area. Then going to click continue. Swap area. Oh, okay, whoops. Done setting up the partition. Going to click continue. Then the rest of the free space, we're going to create a new partition. We're not even going to edit the size. We're going to put primary. And then the mount point is going to be the root. And we're just going to keep it as ext4. And then we're going to click done setting up the partition. Then continue. So just look at the changes. Make sure everything's correct. Looks okay to me. So I'm just going to click continue. Going to select done setting up the partition. Going to click continue. Then you're going to click finish partitioning and write changes to the disk. Then you're going to click yes just to verify everything. Then it's going to partition the disk, and now it's going to install the system. So I'll get back to you once it finishes installing. Alright, so as you can see, it's finished installing the system. And now it's asking us if we want to use a network mirror for configuring the package manager. I would just select yes, click continue, select your country, and then I just do the top one. Doesn't really matter. Just leave this part blank, click continue, and then it's going to receive files and install them. So I'll get back to you once it finishes doing that. Alright, so now it's asking us if we want to install the Grub bootloader. But the funny part is, it detected the Windows installation as Windows Vista. Sure, I'll install Windows Vista. Just install it on your hard drive, then click continue, and then I'll get back to you once it finishes installing Grub. Alright, so now it's finishing the installation, so I'll get back to you once it finishes. Alright, so as you can see, the installation is finished. So if we click continue, it's going to restart our computer. So I'm just going to go ahead and eject my optical drive. Oh, it already did it for me. Okay. So I'll get back to you once it feels like rebooting. Alright, so as you can see, we have booted into Grub. So we have Debian up here, and this time it actually recognized that we're using Windows 8. So we're going to go into Debian, make sure that works, and I'll get back to you once we reach the desktop of Debian. Alright, so as you can see, we have reached the desktop of Debian. So now that we know that it works and we can reach the desktop, let's reboot and see if Windows is still intact. And I think it just, okay. It's slowing down. Okay, we're going to go ahead and restart and see if Windows is still intact. So here we have the Grub menu, and then we're going to go to Windows 8, hit enter, and I'll get back to you once Windows boots up. Alright, so as you can see, Windows is still intact, so that means both operating systems work, and we have successfully dual booted. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.